Hi guys.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
You're good. Hey, I'm Cherisa Applehunt.
I'm Treena Shaw.
And we're here live at REMAX, and we're going to talk about spring cleaning.
Yay.
So, once again, we are live. So, get ready, follow us through a little bit of a fun journey. We've reached out to a couple Cheyenne local specialists that really deal with springtime and spring cleaning. So we want to kind of deep dive into there we go, something like that.
Yeah.
And let's kind of get some knowledge, a little bit of what that looks like as homeowners and home sellers and kind of all the fun things with it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So first off, talk to me a little bit about what spring cleaning really means to you as an agent.
Yeah, spring cleaning is not my favorite thing. It doesn't sound exciting really to everyone, but it definitely plays a huge role in boosting a home's value, and it makes it more appealing. When I think about spring cleaning, I think of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
It gives us a chance to start fresh. It gives us a chance to really pick up those things that we've been lingering for the winter that really need to be done. So,
Yeah. I mean, I even think too is like, you never know when you need to sell, right? Or want to buy, and life kind of throws curveballs. Sometimes that is.
Yeah.
And so I almost think about it as like a spring cleaning as the outside, the inside. I mean, I have kids, and I think about, let me go through all your drawers and let me dissect. But, as a real estate agent, I also really think about curb appeal.
Right.
And I think when I deep dive and kind of dissect what curb appeal is, I think landscaping.
Yeah.
And I know your husband owns a landscaping company.
He does.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what that looks like?
So my husband owns Green Lake Lawn Services, and they definitely are busy in the springtime. It's their busiest season of the year. He and his team handle everything from sprinkler turn-ons, aeration, everything, so much that you can think of, and they do the cleanups. So that definitely pertains to curb appeal. When you guys are looking to sell or even just maintaining, a well-kept yard is instantly something that people look at, and it's super important.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming to my house today, and then the rain happened, so he's coming Thursday. So I'm really excited. He's doing all the cool things, and means I don't have to.
Exactly.
I've reached out to a couple other, we reached out to, in REMAX, a couple of our agents and said, send us anyone that you think spring cleaning is important. And so I have one, and it's called Rock and Bee Ag Services. And what's super cool is she's a newer company in town, but she does pasture spraying, all that weed spraying. I mean, I don't want to do that. And we have 5-6 acres, and she'll come out and take care of all that for you. Yeah. And I have animals, so she knows what's great for the animals, what's not good.
Oh, that's awesome.
And kind of keeps her hands off of it.
Right.
The next one I think about is like trees, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I reached out and I got a hold of Frontier Forestry.
Okay.
And what's super cool is he will come in and they will come in maintain any trees for you. So if I think about hail season, or I think about, that weird freeze time where it's either our branches are going to start breaking, like if you're concerned about a tree that maybe it's sick or needs maintained, get a hold of one of them. Yeah. Again, guys, this is Cherisa Applehunt and Treena, and we're here live at REMAX. So I'm talking about spring cleaning and a little bit of what we gathered on the local specialists in Cheyenne. So, I think we kind of can dive into, what's your thoughts about inside? Like, I'm obviously, I have 2 daughters. My husband builds power lines. He's on the go. I'm going one direction. He's going another direction. And I know you helped contact 2 cleaning companies. Do you want to talk to me about what those offer?
So I can relate. Definitely, life gets super busy. I have little ones also, and there's 1,000,001 things that I don't want to take care of and don't just have the time for. So I did come up with 2 cleaning companies, and one of them is Snowella, LLC Residential Cleaning. She does a fantastic job of taking the stress out of cleaning. They focus on transforming homes into peaceful, clutter-free spaces. which especially is helpful when prepping for homes, showings, and making it presentable, just to give the homeowners a little peace of mind. So
I know she's been doing it for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome to know someone coming in and wants to take care of that for 10. And she has children too.
She does.
So that relatable, I love a good clean house.
Oh yeah, me too. There's nothing like it, and nothing worse than having to do it yourself. So, but I'm glad that we're spotlighting them, because it is super important that we as trusted professionals use many of our trusted and our local companies. So I do have another one, Belle's House Cleaning, which offers deep cleanings. They do regular tidy ups for residential and commercial. They're through professional and have a great reputation in our community. If you've ever tried cleaning baseboards.
Oh.
Ceiling fans, all of those things that are really gritty and you just don't want to do, they really bring value in helping you get that done. So
well, and I know that she offers a couple cool things too. When I reached out and we talked a little bit as well, she was mentioning that she does a mental health cleaning.
Yeah.
So I think that is something to highlight as well. And she also you can donate a cleaning service. So I know Mother's Day's around the corner.
Yes.
And if anyone needs to, get a contact. Also, I've created an awesome landing page for any of these companies that spotlight their website, their Facebook. Some of them have TikToks. And I'll get that sent out. You can follow me at Cherisa Applehunt, and I will be able to have that landing page. You can go to it, get that details, because a lot of the local specialists here in Cheyenne really work hard on getting their name out there. And as locals, agents and stuff, that we pride ourselves on and really reaching out. And that's what we did and wanted to touch base on this, is we reached out to a lot of REMAX agents. And we just asked them, who do you use and why do you use them? And we want to highlight some of them. So I think about our 90-mile-an-hour ones. Like, I just think when it's winter, it's winter.
Yes.
So I think about fencing companies and how do we draw in? I mean, I have a property that's fenced out, and I think we're going to have to do some maintenance on it just because the wear and tear of the snow.
Oh, yeah.
So, or maybe I need to put up a fence because I got a new horse or whatever that looks like. So, do you have some fencing companies want to maybe talk about?
I do, yeah. So, like she said, as realtors, we use a lot of these, and we asked our other agents. So, ones that we've listed here are Big D's Fencing and Pole Barns. They offer high quality fencing, custom fencing. They're fully licensed and insured, so you can check into them. Workman's Fencing is a very popular one that's used by our agents here, very trusted, and they're veteran owned, and they provide dependable fence repairs and installations. So.
What's nice is I think Big D also builds pole barns, right?
They do.
So I think what's really nice is we can really kind of deep dive in asking those questions, like, hey, tell me about, what the price of this is. I mean, we have hell season here, and we get awesome weather that we love so many times, and so having that pole barn and knowing what that could bring into value into your house and protect the things that you need on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with having bugs come out, like bug guys.
Yeah.
I could name off hundreds of them because I am someone that's like, no critters at my house. We have 5-6 acres. And so I really could deep dive on asking you, like, but you live in town, right? Do you still get sprayed, or is your So
I do live in town, but we live in kind of an area where we definitely get them. And if you find a spot in town, let me know where they're not. So I definitely do. There's Past Defense LLC. They specialize in tailor pest control services, helping homeowners like us maintain safe, pest-free homes. And so they're definitely ones that are...
Well, moss season's among us. And so I know between moss, when we moved out, we were off Horse Creek, and we moved out, we had black widows. So I was as a mom, I was like, we need it sprayed. So that is something, he always says they should come once a month or every 3 months, inside and sprayed. But I'm also the one that's like, if you need to come every month please do. Or maybe once a week even.
Yeah.
I know that we've talked a little bit about just kind of like the initial spring cleaning. I want to touch base on the wear and tear of curb appeal. What it means to really be in spring cleaning, and as a real estate agent that I work with buyers and I work with sellers, and some things that we want to definitely touch base on is the chipping of the paint and getting those touch-ups. And so I contacted the CHP Paint and Concrete Coating, and they did a really nice job. That they do a lot of new builds, and they do a lot of painting around town. And so I know that they do commercial and residential. They even do concrete coating in through the garage, and so, or the barnuminium, or what that looks like. And so that was something to really, if that's painting, I'm not a good painter. That's not up my alley. So
least favorite chore.
Yeah, hiring the professionals. I know, coming in, taking care of them. I also think about, we get hail. It's it's nothing that we've not seen here in Cheyenne. Frontier Days brings the best, and that's also the worst sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So I think about roof. I think about gutters, and I got a hold of Pro Roofing, and they do gutters. They just, after coming in through the winter, we got 90 miles an hour this year, I think it was, which is great for the tumbleweeds to get out of here. But it's not always so great for your roof. And so I just think in the long term of things, this spring, think about what might need to be maintained. Call a professional roofer. Have them come check your gutters. Have them come check your roof. Pro Roofing really did a nice job on our house. They came and did a repair. I know there's so many roofing companies. I just ask if they're local. Ask what the right questions, or ask your real estate agent. Who do we use to get roof certs? And then I think too is my dad and mom are at the time in their life that they're the do-it-themselves kind of people. I'm way too busy. I'm not there yet. Maybe I want to have a garden and do it myself, or plant the sod and plant the trees, but I'm not there yet. But I know that TBK Rentals on Story, they have all the items. They have everything from if you need to plant sod to do your own sprinkler systems. I know currently they have tons of trees in. And so what's super nice is they're kind of forgot about, but they're easy access right on Story. And when I contacted them, they were super easygoing. You call, you can reserve it. They even have trailers because not everyone has the access to bring in all these machinery. And so I think, which is so nice. And so our goal today truly was to make sure that we showed you guys kind of what it looks like in the view of what spring cleaning is, and kind of touching base on what it could bring to value. And so a question I have is, what happens, to spring cleaning? What happens if you don't go spring cleaning and you get through and you're ready to list your house, and you don't have the paint and you don't have the landscaping done? Like, what is that going to affect the price on that house?
It really does. It's very essential to keep up on it as much as we don't want to. When we're looking into things like that and going into homes, it attracts more buyers when we are maintaining the home. We're getting more showings. When we're going into homes that aren't clean, it really kind of just draws back the buyer's interest. So I think it's definitely a huge role that we play in really giving direction to our buyers and sellers when we're going into homes, and directing them when they're selling, to really keep a good eye on what they're maintaining, and to do it before the day before.
Well, and it's nice because when you're coming in, and a specialist, we're like, hey, we're going to do a compare analysis, right? We're going to come in, learn to talk about it, and you walk up to a house and you're like, wow, those are some really pretty flowers, or damn, they've taken care of their grass.
Exactly.
I think as an agent, what works with a lot of buyers, those are big indicators of the house is going to be taken care of.
Exactly.
The windows are going to be wiped down, so the screens. And so I just think about when spring cleaning is my to-do list as a mom and as a wife and as a homeowner. But I also now think as a real estate agent and working with local specialists, I understand it's probably a lot of money if you went out and hired all these. But getting quotes and really deep diving on, maybe I'm not good at spraying weeds and I need rock and be spraying, or maybe I'm not good at cleaning and I want to be outdoors.
Exactly.
And so kind of deciding what that looks like for you as a homeowner. But I also think as a buyer too, walking in and thinking, how, what does this look like? I'm coming into summer, right? I mean, or coming into summer, and how can we make sure that all these are done? Because we get a short summer in Cheyenne, right?
Right.
We get like maybe 2 months.
Yeah,
maybe
it's almost over.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, we have had 3 days of summer.
Yeah.
So it's been good, but I also kind of want my buyer to see, like, enjoy their house where they don't have to come in and have those necessities. So I truly think if you're thinking about selling in the next 6 months, jump in on this video, take a to-do list. I'll send you anything you need.
Yes.
But really consider of deep diving in your spring cleaning. Maybe it's just the house, or recapping again on the curb appeal is huge. If walking into a house that smells clean, it looks clean, it feels clean, it's going to sell a lot faster.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your summer plans look like? Are you guys having anything fun with the kids, or
Yeah, so before our schedule does fill up with barbecues and camping and sports, I mean, it's definitely something I need to get on my schedule. So yeah, we have our kids do motocross racing, and we do a lot of family activities, camping, and so our summer gets booked up very, very quickly. So I don't have a strict spring start schedule, but yeah, that's what I really have.
Yeah, I mean, because school gets out the first week of June.
Right.
And so my goal as a mom, because I have 2 daughters that are in school, and I'm thinking if I can get, everything done on my spring cleaning list before the girls are out of school, that gives me a little bit more time with them in the summer.
Right.
Selfishly, I want to be able to spend time with the girls. And I want to be able to chase them around and go to the swimming pools and do that. And I mean, I know it's a little bit more work, but we got a couple of weeks of just saying. But if you call them now, get a hold of these local specialists, I know that their schedule is filling up. I know your husband's is getting pretty busy on rainy days like this.
Yeah.
But I think it would definitely consider, reaching out to a couple, getting them quotes, getting them out there. I mean, using the rain instead of having to water
big thing
it.
for me to really help me is, instead of taking off a huge chunk, I'll do things every single day.
Yes.
So I'll try to plan a few things throughout the week. Rather than saying, I have this whole house to clean today or this weekend. So that's really helpful for me. Just taking one step at a time, one bite at a time is a super helpful thing. Chris has done a lot of the work for us. So you don't know what you don't know. Now that you have a little bit of information, like she says, please just reach out. And they are so super helpful and want to.
Yeah, guys, again, we are live here at REMAX. I'm Cherisa Applehunt.
I'm Treena Shaw.
And thank you for sitting through our awesome education piece on local specialists in spring cleaning.
Thank you, guys.
You guys did good.
Oh my gosh, you